Hey, welcome to Totally Rad Guitars. In this video, we're going to talk about the Charvel Model 5. The Charvel Model 5 is one of the higher end guitars in the Model series line. So these came out in 1986, replacing previously USA-made Charvel instruments. And there's a series of bolt-on models, 1 through 4, and then the Model 5 and the Model 6 are both neck-through body guitars. This particular Model 5 is the standard configuration. It has a 1986 serial number here on the back of the headstock, but later 87 and 88 models have the serial number imprinted on the 12th fret, or I'm sorry, the 24th fret. Now, when they first launched, the only option was just a Model 5, and it came with a 2 humbucker pickups, the Jackson J80C, which is kind of like a Duncan Custom. They're really, really great pickups. The bridge was a Kahler, one of the top-mounted Kahler trims. And then you've got volume, tone, and then there's a boost control here. The last knob is the JE1200 mid-boost, which was also available on the Model 4 at the same time. And basically that just provides a 6 decibel boost centered around 650 hertz, which is right in the meaty mid-range section. So especially if you're playing with kind of a scooped amp setting, you can roll that up and get a little extra cut and thickness through, like for a solo or something like that. The J80C pickup is already pretty MIDI to begin with, so it really just adds more, but at the cost maybe of a little bit of treble detail. On the Model 4, for example, had the same boost feature, but the J50BC was the bridge pickup on those, and that pickup is a lot lower output and a lot more scooped. So the advantage of the mid boost is probably a little bit more noticeable on the Model 4 than the Model 5, but I'll demonstrate what that sounds like in a moment here. And then the other really cool feature about this particular guitar is instead of a 3-way switch allowing you to switch from bridge both to neck, it's actually a 5-way switch, the Jackson Super Switch. So in the bottom position you've got the bridge humbucker. This position is a split for that humbucker. The middle position is both pickups. I believe both pickups split. Let me check that. Nope. Both pickups full, and then position 2 up here near the neck is the neck pickup split, and then the top position is the neck humbucker on full in series mode. So this is that really adds a lot of versatility, because what looks like a kind of normal 2 humbucker guitar, you've got 5 different twitching options, so it can cover a lot of ground. And then the general rule of thumb is that 1987 and 88 models came with the Jackson JT6 bridge, which is this bridge. Now this particular one, even though it has an 86 serial number, has the JT6 bridge, and it's not been modified. Some guitars that had the collar bridge, had it chopped or hacked out and then replaced with studs and mounted a Floyd or JT6 or whatever. This particular one, the factory bridge, is a JT6, so that's kind of interesting. I think that means probably that very, very late 1986 models may still have the JT6 bridge. So if you see one listed as 1986, but it has this bridge and not the collar, don't be deterred. It's definitely possible to have that. So along with the standard model here with the 2 humbuckers, there's actually 2 other iterations of this guitar. There is the a single humbucker model called the Model 5A, which I have a Model 5A, and here it is. So this one is a slightly different color. JT6 bridge, single humbucker, single volume, very, very stripped out and nice and simple. And between these two, the 5A, this one is very, very light and springy, and I like this one a lot. This is a sweet guitar, and it's still the same neck through, but this one being from '87, actually has the serial number imprinted here just after the 24th fret, as opposed to on the back of the headstock. One thing about this guitar is the original pickup would have been the Jackson J95, which was the wideband high output humbucker model. I've never had one of those. I hear they're really, really great. I'm sure most of these Model 5As that exist had them stripped out, because that's a pretty valuable pickup on the used market, which is a shame because I'd really like to try one. I couldn't find one, so I just put a J90C in here, a little bit more common, but similar output level, I'd imagine. All right, so back on the regular Model 5. Now this one's a lot heavier than the other. So they're very nice guitars. They're very nicely constructed. The body shape is a little bit sharper radius than the standard model series at the time. And then there was a third model, the Model 5 FX, which had a humbucker in the bridge and a single coil in the neck. And those aren't very common. I think not very many of those were made. Supposedly, a lot of those were made out of Model 5As. So Model 5As, they took and then they just routed out the single coil and added it. And I think that comes kind of from a transitionary period, because the 1989 version of this guitar, the continuation of this model, the Model 550 XL, was a humbucker and single coil configuration. The dual humbucker went away and then was exclusive to, if you wanted a neck-through guitar with dual humbuckers, there wasn't really an option. I guess there's the 750 XL, but technically that's a set neck guitar, so a little slightly different, but similar. So let me just demonstrate a little bit of how this sounds. I'm playing through a PWE Event Horizon 3 down here through my cabinet with a quad of Celestion Vintage 30s, 1995 ones. And right now I'm just on the clean channel, and I'll try to sort of demonstrate exactly what this mid-boost does. So right now I have the mid-boost rolled completely off, and I'm on the bridge pickup, and then I'll roll it up and you'll be able to hear the difference. So as you can tell, it adds a lot more volume in the mid-range, as well as kind of forcing the amp into a little bit more gain than it would normally have at that setting. So I'm going to leave that rolled off for now, and I'm just going to go up the positions. This guitar is tuned into drop D, so I use some of those chords as well. So here on the bridge pickup. So now I'm going to switch. I'll just jump straight over to the channel 3, and then I'll roll up that mid boost while doing some chords, so you can really hear how it adds to the tone. So now I'm going to drop down to the crunch channel, just a little bit less gain, because I also wanted to demonstrate when I'm in the fourth position, which is the bridge pickup, but in single coil mode, the effect of the mid boost is even more evident. So I'll just do a little. And now on the neck position. And then I guess just to sort of demonstrate it, even though it's not exactly the right pickup, I'll jump from this J80 on this heavier body guitar to the Model 5A real quick so you can hear the difference there. Alright, so those are the Model 5s that I have. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.